Game Pass is going to get Goldeneye for PC and Xbox. But you know what I found out? There's not going to be online fucking multiplayer. They're going to have online multiplayer for the Switch version. Back in September last year, it was announced that Rare-developed 90s smash GoldenEye 007 would be returning to consoles at last for experienced players to enjoy all over again and a new generation to investigate for themselves. Today, we can announce a date for GoldenEye 007's arrival on Xbox Game Pass, and you won't have to wait that long. The global launch date is January 27th, 2023, just 2 days from now. In fact, the rollout begins late on January 26th in some territories, becoming available to players all over the world by the 27th. The version of GoldenEye 007 set to appear on Xbox Game Pass is the classic game that made waves in 1997, based on the movie that introduced audiences to a thrilling new era of James Bond. It comes packed with objective-based stealth shooter gameplay and, of course, a legendary local multiplayer mode for split-screen showdowns with friends. It also offers a few key additions for a modern audience, including alternative control options, achievements to unlock, and native 16:9 resolution up to 4K Ultra where supported. GoldenEye 007 will be available on Xbox One and Xbox Series S as part of Game Pass. Additionally, 2 players who own a digital copy of Rare Replay, the 30-game compilation of Rare games made to celebrate the studio's 30th anniversary, will be able to download and enjoy the game free of charge. Watch for it breaking cover on January 27th. So, you're not going to be able to play online multiplayer, but you're going to have more options. Apparently, you're going to have more options in the Game Pass version of the game than you will, like, as far as video and controller, I guess, features go, control options, than you are on the actual Switch. The Switch is going to have less control options. I like to see my victims in person. I'm fine with this. Can you imagine how toxic online GoldenEye is going to be? Toxic. Hyper toxic. Got hit for talking out of lines why we weren't toxic back in the day. That didn't stop many of it, dude. That some toxic shit with Halo and GoldenEye back in the day. More of a luring feature than a expectation. Yeah. I don't know. I saw a tweet today. Let me see if I can find this tweet. A lot of folks about to discover this game does not hold up, LOL. I kind of thought the same way. Oh, I got into some shit with an ex because they unpaused and killed me while I was peeing. I did not take it well. Oof. So apparently GoldenEye, its multiplayer was added last minute, and the people at Rare and Nintendo management didn't even know it was being added. You might know that the multiplayer mode for GoldenEye 007, the seminal N64 shooter, was only added to the game late in development. What you probably don't know is that the mode was also added unbeknownst to the management at developer Rare and publisher Nintendo. The revelation comes by way of GoldenEye 007's director, Martin Hollis, who delivered a post-mortem presentation on the game at GDC Europe. Hollis's presentation included stories from many of GoldenEye 007's developers, including Steve Ellis, who was responsible for the programming on the multiplayer side. A feat he accomplished in a month, wrote Ellis. One of the things that always strikes me as crazy in retrospect is that until something like March or April of 1997, there wasn't a multiplayer mode at all. It hadn't even been started. It was put in at the last minute, something you wouldn't dream of doing these days, and it was done without the knowledge or permission of the management at Rare and Nintendo. Hollis said that quite a few features were snuck in throughout development, which he chalked up to management trusting the team. I'm sure there were 6-month stretches where no member of Rare or Nintendo management came into the team offices, he said, which is really quite extraordinary. And all credit to them that they felt able to take that much of a leaned back approach and place that much trust in the team. Do you think it had anything as much to do with them trusting the team, or was it really them just saying this is just another game that's being, adapted from a movie that's out, that's really being made for marketing purposes, right? And they weren't expecting it to have the longevity it had. They were probably just more so expecting it to be one of those things where it's like a flash in the pan. Maybe we sell a few and we get the fuck out of here. So I don't know how much of it was they trusted the devs as much as it was they were just like, let's churn it out. Let's get it done, So what I'm hearing is trusting the devs made an iconic game. Who'd have thought? I mean, if it's not trust, it's them being hands off and letting the devs do their thing. There's no wrong answer here. I don't think we're talking about this game today if there wasn't that multiplayer mode. I don't think we're even thinking about that game if we didn't have a multiplayer mode. Like that kept that game alive. I don't even think you'd ever see it ported to the Nintendo Switch. So either the hands-off approach worked or Trust in Devs worked. And they know it worked because a few years later, Rare released Perfect Dark with the same basic structure but improved. So there you have it, GoldenEye 007's multiplayer mode, a vital, fondly remembered component of a landmark game, was unplanned, coded in a month, and might have never existed if it weren't for some serendipitous managerial oversight.